Hey, my scrappy friends. So, this is the third time that I'm trying this voiceover, so hopefully I get it done this time. So, this is my take on the February challenge for Colour Blast. Create a project using Colour Blast products in any one or more colours of the rainbow. And of course, I went with a whole rainbow because who doesn't love a rainbow? As you notice there, I have two projects and I will explain to you in just a minute why. First of all, I started with some basil marshmallow cardstock. I have not done anything to this cardstock except created on it. There's no gesso or anything on there. I'm starting with this word stamp and I am stamping in the background. It is grey ink. I think it's watering can, which I think is the darker one. And I'm just going to let that dry. I am going to use the colour paste in Snow White. There you go. For this project. And this TCW stencil that I have. I went to do it and then I went, oh, hang on a second, washi tape, because I'm a bit hopeless and a bit messy. So I just taped off the bit that I don't want to see. And I'm going to get smoothing this beautiful, beautiful product through my stencil. Now, if you have not used the Colour Blast colour paste, these are absolutely gorgeous. They spread like icing. I'm going to call it like icing. They're smooth and creamy. They dry with a beautiful, beautiful shimmer. This colour goes on white, but it dries clear. So you can see I've got that on my background. I'm going to give you a bit of a close-up. It's a bit tricky to see because it's white on white. But here it is dry. You can see that it's clear and you can see the beautiful shimmer in it, except for my flickering lights. Yeah, my combination of my lights and my phone do not like the brightness. So that first time that I applied the stencil, it was way too boxy. So I've decided to go back in and make it a bit more random. I'm just lining up my stencil again, getting some more colour paste on my palette knife and smearing it through the stencil. I'm going to do it above as well and then let that air dry. Now, I was very good and I remembered to take my progress photos for this part. Once I started creating my rainbow, however, I got totally carried away with the process of creating and forgot to take some step-by-step photos. So I have recreated this whole background on a card front. That's why there is a bonus card. I haven't recorded that process. Oh, look, there you go. There's all that colour paste dry. Yeah, I haven't recorded my process of doing the card front because it's exactly the same as what I'm doing here. But I was able to take photos of that because that's why I was doing it. I'm going to start, so you just saw me with my T-square ruler. I marked the center of the page at the 6-inch mark. I'm going to go in with some water to start with, and I'm going to start in the middle and work my way towards the warmer colors. But I'm starting with the green, which is Envy. And I'm literally adding water, adding color, smearing the color around. Making sure that brush is nice and clean before I get more water or more color. This yellow is Sunshine. This is a beautiful color. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Add a bit more water. And you can see there I've managed to pick up some of that green. So I've just cleaned that off on a paper towel there. It's actually a dried out baby wipe. Just spreading that green a bit more. I'm coming in with my orange, which is Tangerine Dream. You can see when I first apply that colour that it's quite thick. The longer you leave the pots to sit with colour in them, with water in them, the thicker the colour gets. Now, if you haven't used these yet, you do need to store them with the lids off. They can go a bit gross if you store them with the lids on and they're still a bit wet. I store mine all in a box with no lids on unless I'm traveling, and I only put the lids on if I've used it while I've been out so that I don't get watercolour everywhere. I have dried those colours off with my heat tool, and for some reason I decided to add splatters to the pink. which that colour is Punch, by the way. And I'm just using my paintbrush. I decided to go with my fan brush and managed to get more ink everywhere except the page. So don't use the fan brush again. I'm going to dry that off quickly, and then I'm going to go in and do the cool colours, starting with the blue, which is Singin' the Blues. This was one of the very first products that I owned. I think I got the colour paste in this colour. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is a beautiful blue. It's very versatile as well. So I'm just adding more colour and more water. So I'm using my glass tabletop as a palette because I can, because it's glass. So I've sprayed, so this is Indigo Colour Spray. I do not own any of the purples in the Colour Shimmer cubes. In fact, I don't own any of the purples in any of the Colour Shimmer range. If you know me, you know that I'm not a purple fan. If you don't know me, I'm not really a purple fan. So what I've done is I've used the colour spray in Indigo, which is the colour I just put on the page, and then this colour is Violet. And what I've done is I've added some, not colour, shimmer, using the Snow White colour shimmer pot. Because this is a clear watercolour, it adds a beautiful shimmer to these flat colour sprays. And when I say flat, I just mean the colour is not shimmery or shiny at all. It's just colour. You can do this same technique with pretty much all of the Colour Blast ranges. It would just depend on what finish you were after. Obviously, if you use the colour sprays, you would have a flat colour without the shimmer. If you use the colour sprays, you would get a more pastel colour. If you use the colour shimmer dust, you would get a really vibrant, bold colour. So it just depends on what you wanted to use here. But you would get not exactly the same effect, but you would get a similar effect. Just however you prefer it. Just fixing up the edges of my lines there. I just wasn't happy with them. Just adding more water, more colour. Pretty sure I come in with a heat tool in a second. No. I'm going to add my splatters. I do not make you watch all of this. I'm adding Tangerine Dream, and then I will cut to all of the splatters done. No, I won't. I will cut to me doing the violet splatters. I decided to do those splatters straight from the spray bottle rather than mix more colour. It would make it too liquid, I think, because it's already a liquid. So I've just sprinkled some colour on with my paintbrush straight from the bottle. I'm going to trim down my photo. I was in a bit of a funny headspace. I've got some stuff happening in my life at the moment. And so I decided I was going to scrapbook myself. It's not very often that I scrapbook a photo without a story, but this one doesn't really have a story. This photo was taken on Christmas Day last year because I like to get a photo on Christmas Day every year. And I just ran with it. Inspiration hit, and I just went, you know what, I'm just going to go with it. So the collection that I'm using here is the Glitter Girl collection by Chimel. And that paper that I've already mounted behind my photo is the specialty paper. It's like a pearlized paper with gold stars on it. It is absolutely stunning, and I may have ordered multiple sheets. I pulled out my whole box of Glitter Girl stuff, and I'm using the gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous wood grain thickers with the gold glitter around them. I've got some tiny tile alphabets from Tim Holtz. My title reads, "You are capable of amazing things." Like I said, I was in a bit of a funny headspace. I've got some stuff happening. As I was flipping through this collection, I saw that quote on a couple of things and thought, you know what, it's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to run with it. I don't care if people think that I love myself too much or something. I'm just going to run with it. So I did. I wanted to keep anything that I added to the page fairly neutral. This will make sense in a minute. I add lots of things to where the rainbow is, but the other things that were not part of the rainbow, I wanted to keep fairly neutral. So I've added some holographic washi tape to the top and the bottom of the page. Temporarily, I've added some black washi tape as well, but you will see that I take that off. I really like this pop of black around my photo. It just kind of grounds my photo a little bit. I've added a doily behind there, which you cannot see on the video, but you can in real life, so I'm happy. I'm going to stick my photo down, and then I'm going to, by magic of film, stick down my whole title without making you painstakingly watch me stick every single letter. I'm going to use my T-square ruler to get the amazing lined up correctly, and there you go, done. Magic. If only we could do it that quick. So here I was like, oh, I'm not loving that black. I'm just not loving it. So this piece of scrap paper is what I used to work out my colours for my rainbow before I started filming. I literally grabbed a piece of scrap paper from my offcuts box, and painted some colour on there. I was like, ooh, this is pretty. And when I saw it, I kind of went, maybe that will work better. So I've cut a couple of strips. I'm going to cut angles on either end, and I'm going to layer that with the holographic washi tape, both at the top left and bottom right. Use a bit of wet glue, stick that down, then do the same at the top. And I just like the extra that it brings to the page. It's not a huge impact. It doesn't, yeah, I don't know. I think it just finishes it off. Now, this is me going through all of the stickers and ephemera and stuff. This is a giant purple ice cream. Yes, it's giant purple ice cream. There is empty space on the photo. It's purple underneath where that is. I wanted to keep colour on colour, so I just went, you know what? When else are you going to use a purple ice cream? So I just went with it. And that's pretty much what I did with all of the things that I add here. I just went with it. I've got a little bluey green coloured bird up there. I've got that wood button that I just added is the one that's got the cartoony picture of Chamel. I was just like, yep, that's going on there, and it's pink. I've added a purple button with a star, and there's another button and it says something. I can't remember what it says though. I'm going to add a couple of phrase stickers. Again, colour on colour. The only orange coloured sticker that I could find was that ice cream, and I do move it in a second. And look, it's a unicorn. I have a yellow unicorn on my page, and he doesn't look like he's floating because he's standing on top of the title. I'm so excited that I have a unicorn on that page. What you don't see is I add also a yellow speech bubble that it says hello, I think, and it has like little winking eyes, blinking eyes with eyelashes. I found this sheet of holographic coloured stickers, circles, in this book, so I'm going crazy, adding them as I might do enamel dots without the cost of enamel dots, which is very exciting. I tried to add what could have passed off as orange, but it was way too red, so I didn't. My little bird fell off, so I stuck him back down. Trimming off the excess here. I thought about adding some stitching, but I felt like there was enough on there already. My N fell off, so I put it back on. I'm going to come in and stamp 2 dates. The one on the top right hand side is the date the photo was taken, which was Christmas Day last year. And the one on the bottom was the date I made this layout, which was the 18th of February. We are in February. 18th of February. And I'm going to add my journaling. I use a grey pen and I just write something along the lines of, sometimes a little self-love goes a long way. It's kind of where I was. Free therapy, yeah? I think that's it, yeah. So here is some close-ups on the video. I'm going to cut to all the close-ups, all the still close-ups. I love this page. I'm so happy with it. I got some free therapy and I feel a bit better for it. So there you can see the hello sticker that I was talking about. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. Oh, and those stickers, I love them. Thank you so much for stopping by. And you can see the shimmer there. That's just by adding the Snow White shimmer cube. I'm sorry, I'm like a... Anyway, thank you ever so much for stopping by. Enjoy the close-ups. I hope I have inspired you to play along with our challenge this month. Make sure you head over to the Facebook group and load up to the correct challenge. You will find all of the information, all the links in the description box below. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and I shall see you again very, very soon. Have a fantastic, scrappy, messy day. Bye.